Hello guys and welcome back to the Overnight Coder. If you haven't already seen the first ListingPro 2.5 updated theme and the video that I did for that, please check that out. So this is just going to be a follow-up or more like a part two. I'm just going to touch over some of the features. And to get started, we're going to go over some of the creating the categories to use on the home pages. That'll be with images. And then also some of the banner categories as well. We'll go over some of the editing the home page with Elementor, the pricing plan fix, and then if we have time, we're going to talk about what the users actually see when they log into their user dashboard. So let's go ahead and jump right in. I want to explain that I followed the last video. I came back and I just went through in the last detail I talked about just the theme options. So here you'll see what I've modified into just using the theme options, setting my select color, picking my certain layouts, and this is what I came out with. So just using the theme options so far, just to kind of get a base template, on what I want color-wise and layout-wise. So I also I want to talk about this footer because yes, I did modify the footer as well, just to get you caught up. I picked the footer option that had the 4 blocks on the bottom. So I picked this one here. And then from there, I set it to 4 columns. I also selected my colors, of course. And that's pretty much it here. So we're all on the same page. Where did those footers come from? Well, I went into Appearance and then Widgets after I saved this. And then I just inputted my footer sidebar 1, 2, 3, and 4. And inputting them is something as simple as, let's pretend that's not there. They would have been blank. I move over the text. I call it footer title 1. And these are just placeholders. This is so I can kind of see what the layout's going to look like before I actually pick what's going to go in there. I want to get a visual of it. So from here, I like the visual editor, but text editor is going to be easier because when I do the visual, it left really big spots. Whoops, I removed the first one. In between like the first link and the second link. Let me show you. So I'm actually going to do this. I press enter. Another link here. And I'll save that. But more importantly, I want to show you this method where I go into the text editor. I have one link here. Oops. I use the BR code. Another link here. And I can continuously just put more. And of course, these links will actually be links that link somewhere on my website. Whoops. Of course, I have to have those pages created. So I'm going to save that just so you can see the difference on these, and you can pick what you like. Let's refresh the page. And as you can see, these ones are just a little bit closer. I kind of like that layout. I don't like the color, so I would come back and do some styling changes on the color for the links. I guess it's not that bad, but I'd probably go with something a little bit darker. And then these ones have the big space in between it, which I'm not really, I don't like that. I like a little bit tighter. But yeah, so that's where we are with this. We're going to jump right into categories. So listings categories, show you how to add a couple categories. So here the name, and then I use the category banner to create this. So you'll see the hotels, home repair, carpet cleaners, and restaurants. I simply just typed in restaurants, grabbed my photo stock image, which I won't be using, but just again as a placeholder, clicked insert image, and then add a new category when it was done. Now, so these are some of the other categories, and I kind of like these. These would be used for like my banner. So let's say arts and entertainment, beauty spa, and health and medical. And all they've done there is selected a category icon. So here, now if you don't have the image, that's fine. What you can do is search your Font Awesome icons or search your icons for icon 8s and input a code, like FA wrench or whatever the base code is for, whatever the codes you are that you can grab right off Google. So super easy there. Now, I created these for 2 different reasons. Number one is when I'm in theme options, we're going to go to the header. Maybe. I lied. We're going to go to the banner. are going to select banner taxonomy from some categories. So arts and entertainment, beauty and spa. And let's just click save for now. So I probably want to do 4, but just so you can kind of get an idea. I found that 5 on mobile, this doesn't, I'm not really digging it. It does 2, 2, 1. So 4 look really good on mobile. And now you can see that these have the respective icons. Now I'm not too happy with that blue, so again, I'd probably go over there, get the white version of this, or maybe just keep adding. But you can kind of see how I can pick and choose what's going to be up here as my most popular. Now, of course, categories don't have much in them yet, but kind of simple, easy. And again, it looks a little bit better with 4. Which other ones did I have icons for already? Categories. Let's do health and medical is a white one. Health and medical. Guess that's going to be it for now. I really don't feel like changing those around. But again, when you load them in, just load what you want. You know, I prefer the I prefer the white ones. But again, you know, if this was on a white background, maybe you prefer the blue. You know, it's just your personal preference on what you want to do. I don't like the way they're 3 different colors, but keep in mind this is your project. You're just making things look aesthetically pleasing. With that being said, and that kind of covers your categories and the one category that you would need. But the second category that I wanted to use was actually on the home page. So what I want to do is jump right into Elementor editing and show you how I would use those. Well, the first thing I'm going to do is just edit this page with Elementor. It's going to pop open a real-time updated drag and drop loader. Super easy to use. And once you become really familiar with Elementor, you can almost design most of the things you're going to want for any website. So this one actually comes with not only the basic features, but you're also going to have some ListingPro features, like the listing, notifications. These are all things just dedicated to ListingPro alone, and they've done a wonderful job integrating this in 2.5. So the first thing I want is categories. To make this easy, I could pick something here. I want my categories, so I hit the plus button. I want it all one. So I'm not going to split this up into different columns. I am, but the widget's actually going to do that on its own. So my main column, or my main section, I want to be one full section. And that's right here. Now, I can drag things over, but more importantly, I can also style this as well, which I'm not going to jump into just yet. Let's take a look at what it looks like. So we're going to click this. I'm going to search because I know it's called categories. Listing categories we're going to throw right in here. Alright, so this is what it looks like, and I don't like this. So the abstracted view you can use. Again, I am going to use a grid view, and I'm going to select my categories. So my categories, matter of fact, let's take a look at the other ones. Box view too. Don't like that as of now. Box view. Actually, I kind of like this one. But I only want my 4 categories of hotels, restaurants, carpet cleaners, and a home repair. And again, this is trial and error. You can kind of take a look at what you like and then pick, you know, exactly what you're wanting. One more thing is I'm going to add a heading. So I'm just going to click on the heading, drag it over. I want it here. Matter of fact, no, I want it. Okay, I'll take it. We're gonna type in, so all I did was just double click it, or come over here, most popular services. And then we definitely need to switch up the style. So the style I would match to my text color, which I totally forget what color I use. Awesome. These videos are raw, uncut, uncensored. I apologize. But we're going to go with text color. We're going to paste in our code here. And then also, I don't like the way this is so big. So all I did was went over to style. I'm going to change the typography to Helvetica. I kind of want to use that. I can also change the size if I wanted to change the size. Maybe go with 26, something. So what I'm seeing here is I can see that this is thin. You can see that blue box around it. Not too worried about that. But what I do want is I don't want it too close to here. So let's go back. Let's grab a spacer and throw that spacer in. And what the spacer allows you to do is control from here, or if I right click here and edit spacer, I can control the size that I want. And you know, 10 looks good, it's just not hanging on the top of that, so I'm kind of digging that. So I have a spacer, I have a heading, and then this box here is super huge on the top and bottom. No, I'm not really digging that. So I can right click here, edit listing categories, and then go over to the style, which allows me to kind of transform some of the things inside the image. In this case, uppercase, lowercase, none. More importantly, advanced is going to allow me to drop the padding on some of this. And I don't, you know what, I don't want to drop the padding on all of it. I just want to do the top and the bottom. So let's unlink all these. Let's do top. Now, I can't type in a negative sign here. It just doesn't work. So what I like to do is I like to drop it 1, use that negative sign, and take it into negative 45. Or negative whatever you needed. So drop it 1, 40. Excuse me. Raw and uncut. I love it. So now I kind of have the padding and the sizing that I want. So it's not all huge there. I also can make some other changes to the box. So the box inside was, you know, maybe I wanted to just style it a little bit differently, or maybe I wanted to edit the selection. So I highlight up here, edit my selection here, and I can also do some things, you know, whether I wanted it full width, whether I wanted it boxed, whether I want stretch the selection, style. I can change the background color. Oops. It's like a lightish gray instead of a white. So that's kind of how you'll edit the background there. And those are the categories that I told you that, you know, that's why we're using them. So I've got update. I'm going to throw a couple more things in here just so you can see. The first thing I'm going to do is add another box and click on here. I'm going to leave this spot open for a call out. So I'm just going to throw a spacer in there and put it at like 250, 248. I'm happy with that, just to kind of run through it. So I definitely want something in there. I'm going to come and add another one. And then let's type in the word listing to see the features. I'm not exactly sure which one it is off rip, so I normally end up testing a few out. But let's just see. Listing entries. Listing posts. Let's try the listing post. I think that's it. Now, perfect, that is it. Now, I don't want them to look like this, of course, so I'm going to switch my list style or my list layout to grid view again. Now, again, this is going to be just my personal preference. I've got 3 in there, but it also allows me to switch these up as well. So grid style 2, grid style 3, grid style 4, 5. Let's go to grid style 1. Kind of digging that. I'll just have to add this to a category. So I'm really funny about them all being the same size. Now this should definitely have a category anyway, but as you see, it's just missing the category. That makes it a little bit bigger. So I'm pretty funny about that. Of course we want a heading, but check this out. So I already have my size and my color of my heading. So here on the heading, if I come up here, right click and duplicate, just duplicate that heading, and then I can drag it right where I want it. So we're going to edit, right click, edit heading, go into the content of that, and then just switch that up too. So most hottest listings. I don't know, let's actually do, because I think they're random. Let's do our latest. And of course, you can size all these, you can center them, you can do anything that you wanted here. And we're going to update that page. Matter of fact, you know what else? I'm going to edit the selection, go into style. I'm also going to give that a background color, because what I want to do is keep the center white for like maybe a call out, and then do these two like a lightish gray. And again, we can, let's just get that call out in there. I'm going to type in call out. I think it's call to action. Sweet. So we can remove the spacer for now. And then of course we can edit all this as well. You know, you could jump in, throw in whatever you wanted. I believe it has some text. Yeah, here is my first title. Here is a short description area. And then you can see, obviously we change all of this. Maybe the background image. Let's see what that's going to look like. Style, advance, maybe a little padding. I kind of like, I don't want to link them. I do want to link them. I want to change them back to 0. Then I want to unlink them and then just do padding right. I was just trying to see what the padding would look like on all of it. But I think we're going to do 27, 27. So I was kind of digging that. And then we'll just make sure we got a little bit of padding on the top and the bottom, which again, I probably didn't have to do. I would make this title a lot longer. If we're talking about aesthetically pleasing, it would probably come out to about here on desktop. And then the description might even be 2 or 3 lines. But just so you can start seeing that. Things like this. Kind of have me all set. Again, I didn't fill out, exactly what I wanted here. We're going to click update. And that was just a real quick rundown. There are plenty of tutorials that go over Elementor, but if you're already on ListingPro and you're like, hey, I just don't want to go over to, one of the Elementor videos, it's kind of going to be perfect for you. Not only that, it involves some of these things that Elementor can use for ListingPro. So I want to show you a couple of these. The best thing to do is at the bottom of your page, open up a section and just drag them in. Just drag what you want in there so you can see exactly what it looks like, so you can see if it's something that you want to use. Listing post by ID, I use this a lot because I just want to show specific IDs. Really cool there. Let's take a look. Events, calendar, content boxes, listing with coupons, so just showing your listings with coupons if you wanted that, like a coupon section. Listing entries, listing, did we do that one? No. Skip that one. It's not going to give me a good preview. Blog grids, you want the blog on the home page, you can do that. So now I've got blogs, again, I duplicate my title, get it down here. And maybe even switch it up, now that we've used the grid style on all of them, maybe, I kind of separated, I did 4 and then 3, and then, maybe, let's just see what options they have, which I'm sure there's some options here. Blog masonry. So kind of showing your blogs here, I'd fill it in here. Number of posts, I would definitely do 4 or more, because 4 is going to give you that look that you have here. Blog circle, I don't think I've seen this. And we're obviously not going to see it today. So I'm not sure. That looks kind of buggy. Like it definitely, I go from masonry to blog circle. And we might be working on some kinks, but just for kicks, I'm going to update it and just see if it actually lets me see that. I've never went with blog circle, didn't know it was there. But again, maybe there's some issues going on. Comment if you know exactly what's going on, or if just the new features aren't 100% nice. So that has definitely messed up my site. So I'm going to go back to blog grid and just make sure that, yeah. So whatever blog circle was as of now and the theme that I have, don't use it, right? That just totally jacked it up. And keep in mind, always take a look. There was a couple features in here that did. It's still a great theme. I think there's some things in the works. It might just be a combination of things that I already have going on. So keep in mind that it doesn't have to be for everybody, but whatever there, you've just seen how instantly that kind of jacked it up. So just keep that in mind. But there's your home page. I'm going to remove the blog section, go with the popular listings. I'll probably also fix this one up here, to add listing now and let them just start submitting their listings. So just a little bit of touch up there. I want to go into the dashboard. We have a few minutes to kind of just talk about what they see. And if I go just a user here, the main dashboard is just going to show you some things that's been going on. Some of the main highlights that you can see instantly. We've got customer leads, user views. It's going to be super awesome for your customers or your clients when they're listing. If they're getting in leads, they can just come check the dashboard. They're also getting an email, so the email will be sent out as well. But just a one-stop shop to look at all their customers, leads, views, things of that nature. So you've got the announcements. I set up one announcement. Menu. I don't have a menu section as of now, but if you add a listing, you're able to add a menu section. So the menu section is super awesome if you just kind of want to show your clients your full menu. I have multiple listings because I'm the admin. The site's not live or anything, but all the demo content seems to be all of my listings. So here I can see them, or I can click over here and edit them. If I wanted to remove them, I can also change their pricing plan if there's anything associated. I set myself a text message, so you can see that, hey, this is a test. This is the inquiry form that was right on the new lead form, right on the listing, which I can also reply to. It gives me their email, phone number, and what listing they were on. Invoices, if I wanted to send over invoices, I don't have anything there yet. Save, nothing there yet, but when I save some listings, as a business owner, I probably wouldn't be saving listings, but again, as a user, I definitely save some listings, check back. Ad campaigns, if I wanted to add a new ad campaign, I can do it here. Ad campaigns are just like this. You select the listing that you own and which one you want to apply an ad to, how long do you want to go for, or set the days for this campaign, just because I'm on pay per day. And then you're setting or picking the advertisement that you want. It's pretty easy to follow because you can see this one's in the sidebar, wherever the yellow is. You can see that on this one. Whoops. Just going to be in the sidebar. This one's top of the search, so really cool there. Always showing up at the top of the search for those categories. And then Spotlight, if you had some Spotlight placements on your site. Currently I didn't set up, but I've got PayPal, Stripe, and bank transfer allowed. Probably removing bank transfer, just going with PayPal and Stripe. And I can always accept, pay now, and I'm ready to rock. So your clients will be able to do that as well. Reviews, any reviews that you had, you can also reply to the reviews. It's super simple here. Awesome. Hope you enjoyed the video. I know it was quick and short. Just wanted to go over a couple of the features to kind of get us lined up for having a home page. And then the rest of the site kind of built out. I'm going to go back over it and just kind of fine tune it with some words. And we'll look at the completed project. I hope to see you guys' completed projects too. So go ahead and either send them to me or post them down in the comments. Let's see where you're at.